Hi, my name is Sonia. I'm an alcoholic, and I'm here on Oahu, Hawaii. Hey, Jennifer. Um, it's amazing how God brings people into your life. Uh, anyway, my story starts with I was financially helping a family member and a place that I had lived in for 15 years. I ended up getting evicted because I fell behind in my rent. So I was sleeping at my workplace for a month, and nobody knew it. And then my supervisor found out that I was sleeping there and said, Sonia, you're a veteran. Why aren't you at US Vets? And I said, I've never heard of the place. So um, I went to US Vets, and it's a place for veterans who have alcohol, drug, or homeless. At that time, I was homeless. Um, I was there for about from May of 2016 until uh, longer. In end of June, a girlfriend of mine who we'd been uh, celebrating the 4th of July together called me up and said, hey, are we good for the 4th of July? And I said, oh, no, because I going to my boyfriend's family for the 4th of July. And she said, Sonia, you never told me you had a boyfriend. I said, well, he's white, and he's not sure how people will accept our interracial dating. And she also, her family is white. And she said, Sonia, I've never, color doesn't matter to me. I said, yeah, I know, but it matters to him. So for the 4th of July, we won't have the barbecue, but how about Labor Day? I never told her that I had got evicted out of my place or where I was living at that time. And I felt so bad for lying to her that I got dressed, went up to Long's Drugs, and got a bottle of vodka. I drank part of it after I got back to my room, and got up the next day, went to work, came back to my room, and drank the other half. I loved the feeling that I was numb, that I didn't have to think about anything. Um, and I continued doing that until December 2016, right at New Year's Eve. The people who ran the place came up to the room and said, hey, we'd like to check your locker. And I said, well, I really rather you didn't, but okay. So she opened my locker door, and she saw that I had 8 empty bottles of vodka up there in the top of the locker. She threw them on the floor and she said, you're not supposed to be drinking. And I was like, yeah, okay. Little did she know that had she come up there that Tuesday, there'd have been more than 8 bottles. So I was told I needed to go to a meeting, Alcoholics Anonymous. And so, being that the Sunday was a holiday, we get Monday off being federal employees. So I went to this place called Kapolei Regional Park, and at 10 o'clock in the morning, and there was an AA meeting. I told them that I had 24 hours sobriety, and they gave me a chip and kissed me on my cheek. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to enjoy this at all. So I heard people tell their stories. One guy had been drinking, drugging, and was driving and almost hit a family head on because he crossed the yellow line. Others that were there because they were court appointed and needed to get their papers signed. And others were there because they were drinking and abusing their spouses. And I'm like, I have nothing in common with these damn people. So I really shouldn't be going, only other than to get proof that I went because I was at a veteran facility. 3 weeks later, and they had two meetings, one at 10 and one at 7 o'clock at night. So 3 weeks later, 7 o'clock at night, there was a woman who was my age, and I'm happy to say in October, God willing, I lived that long. I'll be 68 years old, even though I don't look it. She was sharing her story. You know, it's amazing because in AA, they tell you if you stay long enough, you'll hear your story. And I kept saying, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. And this woman said that she drank at home alone because she just wanted to feel numb. And I was like, holy shit, excuse me. This woman is telling my story. After she shared, I had gotten a sponsor. I started being of service in the room as the secretary at night. And that's where I met Jennifer. She was visiting from Virginia and came to one of our night meetings and shared her story. Recently, a friend of mine who couldn't get past his demons died. He was a veteran. We had moved in together, and for whatever reason, he couldn't stop drugging and drinking, even though I did not know he was doing both. On the 25th of July, he lost his life due to the drugging and drinking. I came out of the bathroom. He was laying on the floor, eyes wide open, not breathing. And I started performing CPR on him. And then I called 911. The police came, the EMTs came, and the fire department came. They tried to revive him, and they couldn't. And after 20 minutes, he was declared dead. I share that story with people in the Zoom meetings to let them know that this shit is real. You can die from this addiction, not only drugs, but also alcohol. I attend at least 5 meetings a day to get out of my head to what they say, let go and let God. I may think about drinking, but I don't want to lose my 3 years and 2 weeks of being free of this drug, alcohol. And so I attend the meetings to get out of my head. Like I said, I met Jennifer at a night meeting that I was secretary, and she sent me a text, asked me if I would come into the rooms tonight with you guys and share my story. The only thing I can say to you guys is this shit is real. You can die from it. For those who are new, get you a sponsor, get someone you can talk to get this demon out of your life, because I have been told there are people that go out and come back in, and then there are people that go out and never make it back in. He is one that went out and never made it back in. And for that, I'd like to say thank you for letting me share.